Is it possible to know what is right and still do what is wrong? Now, this question has been with us ever since Socrates. It's certainly nothing new. It's an interesting question to ponder, and I would actually take it a little bit further, although this is actually implicit in the original question. Is it possible to know when somebody else knows what is right and is still doing the wrong? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because of two terms that are actually very much in vogue these days: moral equivalency and moral relativism. Now, the way that these terms, as we all know, are generally employed are as terms of criticism, even disparagement, employed against people whom one would like to portray, or maybe perhaps whom one honestly believes, is just using clever arguments to mask either their own behavior or that of some bad behavior, that is, or someone else's. Now, this to me is a very, very dangerous idea. The reason why I say that is, if you look at the ideological underpinnings of Nazi Germany, Stalinist Russia, Pol Pot in Cambodia, the Spanish Inquisition, that kind of thing, they all had one thing in common: the idea that it is possible to identify the good people from the bad people. The idea that it's possible to tell them apart. Because I know who the bad guys are, because I have a set of criteria. I can, as it were, peer into their souls and see whether or not these people are sincere or if they are not. So, once we've established that, once we know who the good people and the bad people are, well, it's just a question of dealing with those bad people, isn't it? Well, all right. I suppose that I'm sort of going reductio ad absurdum here. I'm sort of saying that, yes, believing in right and wrong, teaching your children right and wrong is the fast train to Auschwitz. Well, no, I don't really believe that. But what I do have issues with is the current climate of cultural, moral, intellectual certainty. Now, plenty of people would actually accuse me of the same thing, and I suppose that that's fair ball. But one of the things that creates, to my mind, human conflicts of the worst kinds are the idea that the universe is divided between good people and bad people, or at least people who are better than others, or cultures that are better than others. Get into the minds of Osama bin Laden or the people that crashed into the World Trade Center on 9/11. Get right in there and see Western civilization, American civilization, the way they saw it. Okay? Not an easy thing to do, because to me they're just a pack of loonies, and it's, this is a blank to me, how their minds function. But I will bet you a nickel, if you could actually get inside their souls and see through their eyes, through the prism of their experience and their prejudices, what they were doing was morally right. By the same token, I should not be at all surprised as if a few of the people that applied the torch to the pile of wood that stood at the feet of a few heretics in the Spanish Inquisition actually believed that they were doing God's work on earth. Now, that's the other side of the moral relativism, moral equivalency coin. Moral absolutism. Now, which of these two has caused more trouble in our collective human experience? I would say that it is moral absolutism. In point of fact, even in creation myths such as Cain and Abel, the fall of angels, that kind of thing, somebody feels hard done by, they feel persecuted by someone else, and they feel justified in striking the first blow against their persecutor. So, if we want to actually go down the road of ruin, I suppose is the way that it's described, let's just keep talking in terms of moral absolutism and keep shutting our minds to people who may have a conflicting point of view to ours. If once you stop talking, you've got war. Well, personally, to paraphrase another great man, I would like a lot more jaw and a lot less war. The one is painful, the other is deadly. Thank you.